Hello and welcome. It is time for a completely random thing. I got like all these books, right? Like I got a whole stack of comic books. I just moved out of the way so I could put this book down and talk about it. Click. By Kayla Miller. And one thing I thought was interesting is there's kind of a self insert here. Like if you take a look at her and then you kind of look at how the cool aunt is portrayed right there, yeah, she looks kind of like the cool aunt. The cool aunt's got dyed hair, she doesn't. But anyway, whatever. Whatever. So Click is a young adult story or a late adolescence. It's like I think the target audience is probably like 10-year-olds. So I am definitely not the target audience. In fact, I think it's like 10-year-old, mostly girls, okay? Because it's all social combat. And this girl learning how to navigate social combat without being a mopey moperson about it. And here's the funny thing. I actually liked it a lot. I read the first 50 pages or so, and in one sitting, and then I just blazed through the rest of it the next time I sat down to read it. The art is simple but pretty cute. The kids actually act like kids. That's a thing that's a pet peeve of mine in a lot of, especially mainstream comic books. Children are not really written like children. Children are written like little adults. And here, that is not the case. The kids are written like kids. They have kid worries. They act like kids. They get happy and smile and all that kind of stuff like children do. And this whole story was a blast. The gist of it is she gets along with a whole bunch of people, but she's not part of any of their cliques. Now, I always like to pronounce clique as clique, Clique, which I know is wrong, but that's how I like to pronounce it in my mind, so it doesn't just sound like click. When her aunt is like explaining the concept to her, that's how the girl spells it. So they're putting on a talent show. I mean, you can kind of guess because there's like obviously a talent show going on the cover. And her problem is that everybody else is talking about what they want to do together as part of their group, but not her. So she gets home and she's moping. She's like, "Mom, what's going on?" She doesn't know how to navigate this. She's like a fourth or fifth grader or something. Man, she don't know how to navigate this. Social combat is tricky. I'm a grown adult and I don't know how to handle a lot of social combat. Um, so she's like, "Oh, Mom, explain the situation. All right, well, do you want me to call somebody and see if, call somebody's mother and maybe we can like fix it up?" She's like, "No, Mom, that's dorky. Acting like a kid." So her aunt comes over right there, and she's a lot of fun. In fact, they have a pretty solid little family here. There's no like father figures, but aside from that, it's a pretty solid little family. They have a great time. Our heroine here has a great time. Look at her chasing her little brother around. Mom yells at him, "Go to bed." And when she does go to bed, she's seeing all of her friends, and as she's interacting with them and being friends with them, click, her outfit changes. Click, her outfit changes. Click, her outfit changes. Over and over again as she's interacting with them. It's a great little dream sequence and a great little nightmare that exposes her social anxiety. I like this is a children's book and it's a blast. She goes to the park and runs into some of her friends, and it just keeps building up her social anxiety until she gets to stay over with her aunt. And I'm gonna look for exactly the page I'm looking for here. Her aunt is explaining like a talent show they did where her aunt just kind of was a weirdo. And then it clicks. Oh, look at that. I got to work the title in. Her aunt had checked out from the library. And if you don't know, libraries have DVDs and movies and stuff, man. You should check it out if you got one near you. But her aunt had checked out some old like variety shows to try to help her figure out what she wanted to do for the talent show. It's very considerate. It's very sweet. They have a great time doing it, and she gets inspired. And that's the key to the resolution. Is she figures out how she can avoid joining a single friend group and instead help all of her friends with the variety show. Dude, this is charming as heck. Like, I realize this is like a kid's story and stuff, and there's nothing like super dramatic or exciting or whatever, but it's really charming and really cute. And I had a lot of fun here. And you know what? I bought this book for $1.39 at St. Vinny de Paul, and I think I got my $1.39 worth out of this. It was a lot of fun. It was cute. The art was simple but colorful, but not like glaringly colorful. You know, it was like there's a lot of pastels and stuff like that. So it was a very gentle experience. Pretty fun book, actually. Much to my surprise. I did not expect to enjoy it so much. Anyway, you all take care. Hope you enjoyed this late night comic book review, and bye bye.